Alright, I'm out here in southwest Oklahoma, making my way to Palo Duro Canyon State Park in Texas. And we've got this old steel truss bridge. This is not the main segment. There's a really impressive long segment that I'm gonna walk down to. This is just a little first half, but road has been closed. I want to say it closed in like 2009 or so, somewhere around then, plus or minus 4 years. I had a little write-up that I wrote when I was looking up the history of the bridge, but I don't have a connection, except I just got a connection back. So let's see if I can load up the little thing I wrote so I can tell you guys more about this bridge. So it was built in 1923, and then it was bypassed by a new bridge in 1968. So that's US 62 right out there. You can see some of the Wichita Mountains. I was just hiking in those earlier today. Here's this first bit here. So cool. And it was bypassed in 2009. I was able to confirm that. Old steel truss bridges from the teens and 20s are so cool. And I love the concrete barriers on the edge here. Like, I don't know, they're not super ornamental, but they're a little ornamental. They put a little care into it. It's not just a steel girder or whatever like we would do now. You've got little indents. Cool, let's walk over to this other segment, the long one. I don't know if this would actually be considered the pony style steel truss bridge. I don't really know what makes it that type of steel truss bridge, but it's very distinct. That would sure be cool to be able to go up there to get a view of this bridge. I'm not gonna do it though. I don't feel like trespassing. It's pretty old though. That sign's pretty faded. This is really cool. I love that they didn't remove it. That's crazy. Nixon Ford in 1972. That would have been written 4 years after this was bypassed. These granitic rocks here, I don't know exactly what it is. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of rhyolite, but I think I read that it was granite, Cambrian age granite. That is a long, long bridge. I don't know if I'm going to walk down the whole thing, but we'll at least get to the middle. The train bridge out there is on wooden stilts. That's really cool. Looks wooden. I think it is. Yeah, we're in the floodplain of the North Fork of the Red River. So it's pretty neat. Be crazy to see this when the river is really flowing. Oh, look at these deer. Just chilling down here. Chilling in the shade. This is a hot day. I don't blame them. Here it is. North Fork of the Red River. Looks like we got a I don't know what this is. Like a stage measuring thing, but I wonder if it was what would you call it? It might have been one of those gauges from the USGS to measure river stage, but I'm not sure. Hey, there's a turtle. We're getting all the wildlife today. Deer, turtle, all the exotic wildlife. There's a good look at the rivets and stuff, in case you were wanting to see that. Ooh, there's a collapse up there, it looks like. Crazy. There's the riverbed. Very silty, sandy bed. Water's very brown, but I must say, I bet it's pretty cool. Well, actually it's kind of shallow there, it might be warm. It's gotta be cooler than what it feels like up here, though it's really not too bad right now. There's a decent breeze, and the humidity's pretty low. It was really high in the morning when I woke up in Oklahoma City, and I thought it was just going to be that way, but then I got down here, and honestly, when I first got out of my truck, when I got to the Wichita Mountains, I was kind of chilly, and I was like, I don't know how I'm chilly, because it's in the mid 70s, but I warmed up pretty quick once I started walking around, and now it is what I would call on the comfortable end of hot. It's hot, but you know, it's all good. Hope you're enjoying my blabbering about nothing related to the bridge. Here's a cool little hole in the floodplain. This is probably, I could be wrong, but it's probably from when the flow's high, and obviously it's using up more of its bank here. This point bar would be covered in water, and it's probably got an eddy or something going on here, so it's scouring into the floodplain, which creates the hole, and that is staying pretty wet. Sure, later in the summer it'll be bone dry, but right now it's pretty wet out here, with it being early May, mid-May. There's actually less graffiti than I would expect out here. That's pretty recent. These folks are in love. Casey and BB. I don't know if you can read that. Bump the exposure up. There you go. Out here in February, love these cottonwood trees and stuff though. I think they're cottonwood. That collapse I thought I saw was not a collapse, it's just the concrete barriers. Well, cool. I'll show you the end of it here, and then I'd like to send my drone up, so if I do that, I'll attach the footage to the end of this video so you can see the drone footage of this bridge. The signs here have been thoroughly shot up. That one is just completely sun faded. There is nothing left on that sign. What is this? Bureau of Reclamation. Oh. That's interesting. I wonder, why would the Bureau of Reclamation be here? Because like, when I think of that, I think of like Southeast Ohio with reclaiming old mine land, but That's not the case here. So that's interesting. I don't know what that's all about. It's a little something etched into the the steel. ILL Illinois CUSA. I mean, that must be the guy that, or the company that fabricated the metalwork, I guess. Cool. It's crazy to imagine all the vehicles that had passed through over this bridge since the 20s. Like, imagine how many folks, I don't know, like in the 40s and 50s coming through here with their giant cars and parking probably at either end and fishing off of here. And then if fishing wasn't allowed, maybe they tried to sneak some night fishing in or something. I don't know. It's just crazy to think about how much this has changed. There's that Illinois thing again. Not Illinois. It just looks like Illinois.